Yazd in central Iran is one of the cradles of ancient civilization. In Yazd, the city of Meybod, which by the way is registered as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO, is a historical city especially famous for its Persian city structure. Shahriyar Azimi will show you the Meybodis had exuberant taste in building homes, not just for themselves, but for animals as well.
Riding my bike and walking through the alleys of Meybod is like traveling through history. Adobe City that tells you stories of determination and the art of desert dwellers. To begin with, we come to the most important and splendid tourist attraction of Meybod. Narin Qal'eh is an old military castle, integrating the residential, military, and religious functions.
What you see today as the city of Meybod, which is a huge one, is not even comparable to what it used to be, about 7,000 years ago. You probably think, why do we need to know about 7,000 years ago? Who knows about that time and what remained from that time? Well, let me tell you. Actually, where I'm standing right now, which is a citadel, it's called Narin, or Narin Qal'eh, is the core of the city of Meybod. Is where the city of Meybod started to grow. And this place is about 7,000 years old.
طبق آخرین بررسی‌هایی که انجام شده، سابقه سکونت در میبود، در منطقه میبود مربوط به 14,000 سال قبله که این در واقع سکونتگاه ها الان در موقعیت میبود امروزی قرار ندارن. تقریبا میشه گفت از 7,000 سال پیش استقرار مردم در این منطقه، در جایی که ما الان وایسادیم در دارین قلعه میبود شروع میشه و این تا به امروز این در واقع سابقه سکونت تداوم داشته.
Narin Qal'eh was built on top of a hill on a surface of about 3 hectares, and it had 7 levels. The architectural singularity of Narin is due to ingenuity and the hard work of people who built it, and of course people who lived here for centuries. Can you imagine that in Meybod, the castles and fortresses did not only belong to human beings? Our second stop is as stylish and magnificent as the other structures in Meybod. But the cause that it was built for and its usage is slightly different.
این سازه ویژه که در واقع کبوترخانه نامیده میشه یک پناهگاهی بوده که طعمه یعنی گندم، جو و خوراکایی که پرندگان نیاز داشتن براشون فراهم می‌کردن و اینا جمع می‌شدن اینجا و داخل اینجا که هم یک به اصطلاح زیر سقفی بوده و هم گرم بوده و هم خوراکی داشتن و این در اینجا در همین لانه‌هایی که می‌بینید نشو و نوا می‌کردن، زاد و ولد می‌کردن. البته استفاده‌هایی هم داشته برای کسانی که اینجا را می‌ساختن و اینجا را اداره می‌کردن. کبوترخانه در واقع استفاده اصلی برای بهره برداری از کود بسیار پر انرژی کبوتران بوده، ولی ما اگر از نگاه فرهنگی نگاه کنیم در زمانی که قرنها پیش که به حیوانات توجه خاص نمی شده، مردمانی که در اینجا بودن، باشندگان این شهر و این دیار و اینها برای حیوانات جایگاه مناسب، پناهگاه مناسب برای زندگی و در واقع جلوگیری از تلف شدن اونها در مواقع خاصی از سال در سرما و یخبندان فراهم کرده بود.
In order to protect the guests of this structure, which were about 4,000, the entrances were designed in a way so that the only birds who could get in were pigeons. Basically, no raptors were allowed to come in.
میبود یک ساختار کاملا متفاوتی داره با شهرهای دیگر ایران. اون همینه که این به خاطر موقعیت جغرافیایی که قرار گرفته انواع اقسام بناهایی که نیاز بوده برای زندگی در اون منطقه به وجود اومده. یعنی شما قلعه هایی رو میبینین با ساختار نظامی، قلعه هایی رو میبینین با ساختار مسکونی.
The residential castle of Meybod offers the possibility to travel in time simply by climbing up its stairs, walking through the narrow walkways, and exploring tiny little rooms of this monumental space, and discover a very different way of life that the people experienced here.
This is amazing. I haven't seen anything like this before. Long time ago, local people of this area used to live in these rooms of Meybod Citadel. And later, they used these rooms to store their foods in these huge clay pots. It is interesting to know that the ownership of these rooms still belong to some local people.
It is true that the rooms in this citadel still belong to grandchildren and great-grandchildren of the first inhabitants. But many years ago, the inhabitants moved out, changed their lifestyles, and started to live in houses. Stay with me if you want to take a look at some of these magnificent houses. For about 800 years and up to 30 years ago, here in the house of Buruni, lived many families of the city of Meybod, and they created a piece of decorative art which is very unique in Iran, and it is called clay work. This is a sample work from Ilkhanid era that shows how efficiently these creative people use the available materials to live a beautiful life.
میبود شاید بشه گفت که بهترین استفاده رو از فضای محیطی خودش کرده. یعنی تمام بناهایی که در میبود وجود داره از خاک ساخته شده، از تنها داشته این مردم.
I believe you have seen enough beautiful but abandoned historical places in Meybod. Now it's time to take you to the House of Gulshan, which is a historical place and it has many elements from those good old days. But most importantly, there is still life in it.
Going back in time is not physically possible, but we can always dream about it. And of course, we can add the nostalgic taste of those old days to our today's lives. Old places, renovated places like this one in Meybod provide the opportunity for Iranian and foreign tourists to experience old days lifestyle, even for a short period of time.
Some believe the city of Meybod was founded by Meybodar, a Sassanid commander who named the city after himself. And others say the city was founded by Kumas, the first man in Avestan accounts, and the first of the Pishdadi kings in Ferdowsi's Shahnameh, Book of Kings. Pishdadian are considered the first Aryan dynasty in Persian mythology. Whatever the history of Meybod is, today this city is alive, and it is an exciting journey to walk through its maze-like alleys and explore this jewel on the edge of desert.